Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to a little bit of Ixion. Yes, where I'm doing, well, I slightly panicked at the end of last time. It's like, hang on, I think I'm getting close to soft locking myself. So I'm just putting together the smelter, as you can see right here, in my first sector, which is not something I've ever done before. I've always separated off into a different sector, but no. The smelter is going to the first sector because I am almost out of alloys. And if I don't get enough alloys, then I won't be able to afford to build it in the first place, and I'll also not be able to repair my station and all that good stuff. So, you know, kind of important to have that running. I was neglecting it. So, whoops. Also, while saying whoops, just want to give a quick call out to Bapple, who was kind enough to inform me on part 2 that something had gone completely wrong, and part 2 was a black screen. So as soon as I saw that comment, I privated it, checked my recording software and my render software, and it turned out that I had produced about 40 odd minutes of black screen somehow. Don't know how. So I re-rendered, re-released it, and put that back out again. So yeah, part 2 is there now. Unless something's gone horribly wrong, in which case, yes, but it should be there. But as I also said last time, though, in part 2, it was recorded right after part 1, so no comments were read, but we do have a couple of comments now for part 1. Nothing for part 2, except for Bapple's warning that it wasn't right the first time. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? First up, Little Mean, you blew up the moon! It wasn't me, honest. Seriously, it wasn't me. I'm innocent, I swear. Well, in the end, I suppose it was my finger on the button, wasn't it, for the fall jump? So yeah, I guess so. I guess I did. The other comment we got is, as I go back into, let's go ahead and accelerate this so we can get that rolling. Happy Afer said, it's the first entry in the playlist. There's playlists. Never use them, always just went to the videos page for the channel and directly to the newest videos of interest. Playlist is something that I've not really featured on the main screen of my channel, so that's why you probably didn't know, but yeah, every video for quite a while now, if it's in a series, it's in a playlist, so they're all lumped together in one place if you want to find them all there. So it's one way to find content sometimes, depending. Ah yes, we're melting metal for the good of humanity. Haha. We've got like 30 odd spare workers, but oh, we've also got an incoming transmission. I'll just go ahead and, you know what, let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll finish up the comment afterwards.
Administrator, we are picking up a Dolos emergency frequency, broadcasting from the facility Outer Hope.
Hey, it's our buddies, Outer Hope.
Dolos protocol dictates that in the event of a major systems failure, administrators must contact the nearest Dolos site immediately. Outer Hope Station is likely to have both the materials and expertise required to repair the damage that the Vol engine has sustained.
Okay, so we need to find Outer Hope. So this is the last, from my initial trial stream, I think this is the last point of interest here, really, that we need to scan down with our probes and then research with our science ship. And then we should be able to transition off science ships and just get full-bore mining and cargo going. At least that's my plan, vaguely. But anyway, moving on. Continuing with the comment though from Happy Hafer as I wind up my probe. Probe! You're ugly and silly and everyone hates you because you don't do your job properly. Why are you acting like you're from a Mass Effect minigame? That's not right. Look, I'm not very good at winding people up, okay? But yeah, okay, we need to launch over that way. So there we go. We still need probes, though, to find more stuff, but, yeah. Set that going. So, Happy Ever continues. I have watched a few Ixion videos already, but is there an explanation on what Vol stands for? It's not in the fan wiki yet, and the official page doesn't mention it at all. good question, actually. Is there an explanation of what vol stands for? System jumps. The vol engine enables space travel. It knows use it charge up. Takes up station power. Batteries can keep sectors online. If a blackout occurs, it automatically resolves at the end of the charge period. It doesn't say... That's workplace safety. So that's the only thing there, but it doesn't look like it actually tells me anything much about what vol stands for. Maybe it's like... often these engines are either named after something, like either it's a person, but vol probably not. So it's more like it's named after a principle of however it does its magic voodoo thingamajig, which shunts us sideways into the warp and into the mercy of the Chaos Gods. Well, this world's version of that, at least. So whatever it does, however it does it, because remember when it span up? It vented for a while, and then it closed the exhaust shutters, and then it triggered. So it seemed like it had to reach some kind of critical pressure, and then bop, off we go, kind of deal. But exactly what it does and how it does it, we just don't know. It might unfortunately be a case of something that's being hand-waved away, or maybe it'll tell us as we get deeper a bit more about the vol drive and stuff like that. I hope it does. I love that kind of fluff. But unfortunately, there is going to be some... There's going to be some hand-waving going on, because these are principles we don't actually have ourselves yet, as you know. Anyway, oops. Continuing. I'm also wondering why they put loose stockpiles of material in the sectors, even those locked. Seems kind of like someone forgot to clean up. Same train of thought, why did they not build anything before calling you aboard? I mean, they built the whole station from the ground up. Yet no buildings inside it, no living quarters for the construction workers, infirmaries, full distribution capabilities, and so on. How did they ever build the whole thing? Well, probably with AI-controlled robots, but there are bound to be some human supervisors around. That's the thing, it probably is mostly AI built for the overall structure. New point of interest found, thank you. So it probably is AI built for a lot of it, like it's all smooth built for the most part. I mean, if you look at the outside as well, it's like... I was going to say it's very uniform, but it's not actually. It's actually somewhat asymmetrical. There's 4 pods there, there's 3 pods there, so there are some bits and bobs scattered around the place. But I would suggest it's probably built with some kind of orbital scaffold around it, because this thing is meant to be able to move and do its own thing by itself, so... Who knows? As for stuff being loose, I have noticed though, whenever you go into a new sector, the stuff that's left in the new sectors is apparently the stuff you paid to open the door. Or at least I've thought it works out to roughly that amount of materials, so... Again, who knows? Maybe it really is just spare construction materials just left littering the place that we have to try and clean up. Still, more materials is welcome though. Always is. Okay, last thing. On another note about preparing for test launch, I think you could have waited around for as long as you wanted and stocked up food and science. I could have stocked up food. Yes, definitely. There's no hull deterioration and work answers in the tutorial. I think the research facility can generate 1 science per cycle, so if you let this game run for an hour at max speed, you should have enough science for most of the game. Not, unfortunately, no. No. Or at least the first real jump. A bit curious if they have an event to force you to test jump. Well, I came across this not in my stream game, but in the in my test game after that, which didn't get as far, ironically, in the story. But it was a bit more stable, because that's why I was doing a test game in this chapter 1. And that is, there is actually a morale penalty that starts to build up if you're in a place for too long. So they don't, the people don't really like it if you're sitting around just like doing your own thing. They sometimes want to go, hey, you know what? There's nothing to do here. We want to move on, and you have to try and cope with that. Also, 91 people. We're still. Oh, we've got a lot of homelessness going on now. I'm going to have to try and put some housing in. Now, where is the problem? Jamming in that thing over there is causing a few issues. I guess one there for now. That's 45 housing, that should help. But my opinion is I probably want to have like a sector where I can just throw all the non-workers into places. So a sector where it's just like people go here and that's it. I think that's probably a good idea, but I need to get that sorted out. As for the science, it's not one science every cycle, it's one science every 30 cycles. So very, very, very slow, achingly slow. And an hour will barely produce anything, so you need the science from practical experience around the place rather than science from the lab, because that's why science ones are more valuable like that, because it's actually a real world application kind of thing going on. Though that said, we haven't got far enough to do this, but I have found if you unlock the next ring after you get enough text researched in the ring before. But there is an entry here for the science lab as soon as I can find it. There it is, tech lab. So we can do some things here to help boost the science production, and probably a good idea to try and do so. But I don't have any of it yet. Anyway, speaking of science, let's move on. Let's move on. Because I've been blathering for a while and I've not done anything. So, what's this one? Okay, Saturn, the Black Market Society. Okay, let's start with Black Market Society. We melted this last time. Well, I melted it in the test game. So not the test game, the stream game. A structure belonging to the Black Market Society has been discovered on Titan, Saturn's largest moon. Although severely damaged, the site seems to still be active. Surface scans indicate the BMS station extends deep below the surface of Titan. Further data is not available due to the site firing upon the Tycoon's probe as it approached. So, the game is maintaining orbit around Titan at a safe distance. Make contact. Take 3 cycles. And I was wanting to continue with this, but requires the reins of Elixir, so there is an option here which we don't have yet. I can read the thing out for you though, but I want to do that 4th option there. Communication systems have detected faint signals transmitting from what appears to be an old luxury station on Triton. Journalist analysis pulled 2 data fragments encoded with signals. They mentioned public disorder, food safety problems, and frequent references to the name Oxys. So transmission from the science team. The station has been almost entirely dismantled. The few areas left suggest that those who lived here were swimming in opulence. The place is huge. We found a sealed room protected by heavily armed blast doors. Dents in the metal suggest that others have unsuccessfully tried to gain entry. Yukio Katagawa recommends the use of explosives. Given the state of the station, I myself think it's a bad idea. So this place is kind of falling apart. But I want that 4th option there. Requires Ulysses, which is a name we've come across. I think it was back on Venus and the automated production line where they prepared his ship so he could move on to do some other stuff. But yeah, we're going to be waiting for that one, because I know from my test game that that one is games from Saturn. So yeah, meta knowledge. Okay, next step, Saturn. After receiving no response to communication attempts, the team landed the gear and advanced towards the complex. Security protocols in place. Defense activated briefly and fired on the team. Fortunately, there seems to have been little remaining power and they quickly shut down. Entering the complex, the team were attacked by strange animals. Recorded footage from the mission shows an emaciated simian amalgam. The team repelled the attack with improvised weapons and the creatures retreated. Unfortunately, no samples could be recovered. Venturing further into the complex, unsettling works of art and esoteric writings were discovered. Although the station is still pressurized, progress was made difficult due to the lack of any artificial gravity. In addition, a giant fungus has spread throughout the complex, releasing huge volumes of spores into the local atmosphere. Within what appears to be the main entrance hall, a bronze statue of Marduk Council member Giovanni Battista has been erected. Inconsistencies in the reports from different members of the exploration team suggest that the recorded information may not be entirely accurate. Any conclusion drawn must be discounted. When I read this the first time, my reaction was Ferus from Mass Effect, where that plant creature had taken over the colony with spores, and they started hallucinating as they came under its control. So maybe the statue there is part of the hallucination, but that's the vibe I got from this. So we can choose to withdraw, or send the team into what looks like it might be a hostile thing, but we sent them further into the Black Market Station. It seems to be abandoned apart from the hostile natives.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Part 3 of Saturn. Venturing deeper within, the team of the gear reached the construction site, deserted and almost entirely frozen. Several possible storage areas have been identified but are blocked by ice. The team could try to break through the ice or restart the station's heating systems in attempts to thaw out the complex. In one of the storage areas, through the transparency of the ice, a preserved corpse can be seen. Right, so in the stream game, I did restart the station. In my test game, I did break through the ice. Just so you know, restart the station, bad idea. It melts the ice, and then the ice gets into the power conduits, short circuits, blows the entire system, and the science team has to abandon the station without any further benefit. So, breaking through the ice is the more useful of the options, and more cautious of the options. On reflection, why did I start the heaters with a massive block of ice openly said to be just sitting there? Uncontrolled water in a space station. Bad idea. Very bad idea. But just break through the ice. Saturn. Next stage. Gears team recovered a number of valuable resources via biometric data sampling to identify the preserved corpse as that of Dulixes. Da-da-da-da. We found the mysterious body. Administrator of Neptune's Hyperlux Station. Thakai, the station Thakai. The body was found with handwritten letter of farewell and apology to the inhabitants of Thakai Station and appears to be unfinished. And we also gained 2 electronics. And that is it for Saturn. So there we go. So, Gear, you're at Saturn, aren't you? Yes. I'll tell you to go over to Outer Hope, please. But now that we've got that, if we go to Neptune, final options unlocked. So I'm going to use the biometrics on that. It's the longest option, but it's also one that we had to work harder and follow a bit of a quest line to unlock as well. So that's why I want to do it. Plus, I think it gives us something kind of neat. So, we'll do that. Neptune, we have done it. The room secure system was designed to read biometric data. Doors were set only to open for elixirs. Inside the room was a large quantity of resources necessary for the survival of the station's residents. Oh dear. The security protocol may have been put in place in anticipation of a staff revolt. So, 3 electronics, 50 cryopods, 15 science, and new technology upgrade, collapsible frames upgrade for stockpiles. So that's an unusual thing, which I think is the first instance of getting something like this, like a new tech upgrade. And that is also, unfortunately, all we can do. So, leave Thakai Station. And with that, I don't think we need Laviosa actually active anymore. So let's go find Laviosa. There's Laviosa. Unassign Laviosa. And Laviosa, good Laviosa is just like coming back to us now, but we can immediately reassign to something else. Which I think, there's 2 cargo ships in there. 1 cargo ship in there. Let's get an extra miner out, and also we'll get an extra cargo ship out as well. So we'll get some more shipping going. Also, you see I'm building more insect farms for more food. I'm also producing some more population. It's taking a bit of doing though. Nope, science ship has arrived. Look at all that. Okay, science ship. The Dolus emergency signals broadcast on these coordinates. The originates from the research station Outer Hope. Outer Hope is surrounded by wreckage and debris from past battle. Broken equipment and frozen bodies float around the station. The emergency signal is transmitting from inside. Let us begin with the battlefield.
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Whoops.
Power supply overloaded. Power restored.
Apparently I need more solar panels.
The science ship team has completed a task.
The battle seems to have been made up of multiple engagements, with debris from the conflict mostly consisting of wrecked shuttles. Some of these destroyed ships bear the insignia of the UN, though the majority carry Dolos emblems. Sophisticated weapons systems were also identified among the wreckage, bearing the acronym BMS. The Bears team was able to salvage some resources from the debris. 40 science. Very welcome. Now let's search the station itself. Let's search Outer Hope. I wanted to have a quick look at that, but it's like, doesn't give us a good view of the station itself, unfortunately.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Here we go. The Outer Hope lies in ruins. Many embalmed bodies were found in the remains of the station, deliberately arranged in a spiral-like pattern, which we have seen at the other big station that we found. Great care and attention seems to have been paid to the bodies. The Gears team traced the emergency broadcast and, after clearing away several tons of debris, discovered a hidden room buried beneath the detritus. The room was sealed with automatic lock that requested Tycoon identification codes. Upon entering the codes, a brief message flashed across the input screen. Truth is the story that best resists reality. Inside, the team found Outer Hope's black box, a number of resources, and a data log from Rabia Nyakand. It contained the following message. Administrator, you carry with you what the echo of the future allows us to create. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern. The black box's data can be analysed using the Tycoon's tech lab. So this is the bit that soft-locked me in my test game. Not my stream game, where I did myself in on other matters. But this is the one where I ran out of research points for, because I researched everything else first. But last thing to do is dismantle Outer Hope itself. And now that we've got that new event, we received the data from out the black box. Further analysis required, and extraction protocols can be launched via the tech lab. So we need this to progress, and I spent all my points on other things, so I didn't actually have 30 points left to dump into this, so that's why I've been holding off a little bit, just to make sure. Because then I'd be back to that thing of like 1 point every 30 cycles, and it's like, yeah, that's just a very slow death, really. Oh, I forgot to mention, because space is at a premium right now, I'm actually opening another sector. Sector 2 is going to become... I'm going to move my manufacturing and stuff into Sector 2. And I'm thinking of maybe opening Sector 6 as a population space to dump out all my excess people, because, again, I'm getting a lot of people in here. And I want to try and sort that out. Also, I need more food and stuff. So, starting to invest more into expanding my physical space.
Has completed a task.
And lastly, dismantle 37 alloys and 13 polymers. Thank you, New Hope. That is all. Okay, a new sector is unlocked. This is a historic moment for Dolos and the Tycoon. Acknowledged. That's given me a flat bonus of 10%, and this has given me access to this new sector. Very, very big. Though, as I mentioned, this is probably going to be an industrial sector, so I want to try and figure out how to fit my smelter into here. I need to get population into here. I need storage space into here. I need to get started on this thing, basically. Also, I need housing and food, because people here are starving, so... Let's get this thing laid out a little bit.
Awaits your attention.
Many of the crew are malnourished. According to the theory, productivity will soon drop by 23%. Longer-term starvation would not only increase that 75%, also accelerate proliferation of deviant behaviour on board Tycoon. Pledge to have units stored in Sector 2. That's fine, but that's because Sector 2 is newly opened, so you know, it's not that. Also, another event. Black box data provides some useful information. A dose facility has been located hidden in the atmosphere of Jupiter. Officially designated Hephaestus, the site was used to develop a new type of Vol engine. Aha, progress. It also accommodated the construction of a Taurus-class superstructure known to the Dolos as the Protagoras. This iteration on the Tycoon was sent on a mission to seek out habitable exoplanet Remus, where the last survivors of Earth could establish a new home. Despite the damage done to Outer Hope, the station was still able to later retrieve a distress signal from Protagoras, with Vol jump coordinates encoded, indicating the ship's last presumed position. So we have a potential destination. We just need to go to Jupiter, which we need one of our science ships for. We have, I've taken those out of commission for the moment. You have hydrogen in stock, but you can't do anything. There is a free slot in here, though, so I'll get Gear back out. And Gear can go off to Jupiter. And as you can see, the rest of our fleet are busy going here, there, and everywhere. So they're doing their thing. What's that? Wait, I saw a green signal. There's a source of ice there. Sure. Let's read that. Okay, the science ship has arrived. We are Jupiter bound. Coordinates recovered from the black box at Outer Hope allowed us to successfully locate the Hephaestus construction facility on Jupiter. Using encrypted channels and Dolos communication protocols found on Outer Hope, gaining access to the Hephaestus site seems to have woken the resident Diagnostics. Diagnostics reveal that prior to the failure of the site's data archiving systems, the facility has been inactive for several decades. Strangely, the industrial zone is currently powered on and operational. So investigate that. And I think I'm also going to tell the Tycoon to move to Venus, which will take 2.2 cycles. Okay. How long is the battery available for that? 2.2. Only 1.1 cycles of batteries. So that'll be out of power for a cycle. Don't quite want to do that. I need more battery power, I think. Or better batteries. Probably better batteries. Oh, we can actually go to the debris field. Unfortunately, I was hoping that we would be able to see that massive ass wreck that was here, but no, we're just at the debris field right now. And it looks like a bit of a mess. Ah well. In other news though, Jupiter has something to report, so let's go ahead and check that. Received automated words. We have reached the automated construction site, which, despite its age, is still in good working condition. Although the Dolos technology here is recognisable, it is far more advanced than what we have on board the Tycoon. In the control room for the site, we came across a mausoleum dedicated to Lyra Fraus. The resident PA identified us as Dolos personnel and granted access to data records. These confirm what the Hephaestus site was used to construct and house an advanced prototype of the Vol engine, codenamed Ixion. So the Ixion engine. An engine of this type is currently moored to an EKP structure with a harness link. Our engineers say one of our mining ships could tow this. Attaching the Ixion engine to the Tycoon will restore our Vol jump capabilities. Also, 200 personnel. So, do that. We have, as you can see, we've got 3 ships moving around, so I'll send the pectorals. We need strength for this. Yes, pectorals, you're our muscle. Off you go. pectorals has been diverted to take care of all that. Oh, these guys, I'm not sure what these guys are doing. You are standing by. You are standing by. I think it says standing by, but they are actually mining. Also, we might have to move again pretty soon. We could use some more power, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, are you done now? Extraction procedure was a success. Hephaestus PA helped us a lot during the operation. She may try to contact the Tycoon directly. May we follow the similar pattern. 45 science. Thank you. We now have the Ixion engine. Need the Tycoon to be in orbit of Jupiter, though. I have actually shunted us across to the asteroid belt, which is very nearby. But we're just pausing here to get our batteries back up to charge, and then we're going to move on to the next. That's the final stage. So that's what I'm doing here. But we are now, as I said, in the orbital belts. So, nice open area. Lots of rocks. Not much to see here, really. Also, we can actually do some more science now. So let's go ahead and grab memorials, I suppose. We'll see how that does us. Though this sector is also in a bit of a rough shape as well. It needs some progress to be done. Also worth noting, by the way, I have installed a medical centre, as you can see. Because medical centres are quite useful. I would also like to stand on the record and correct myself, I think. The resources in these places are not the resources you pay to open the doors, because I only paid 2 electronics to open this, and there was 5 electronics in here, so that threw that out the window fairly conveniently, I think. It's also the fact they have no food, I think, as well. Yeah, they've not got much more way of food. Okay, we've got all the science from Jupiter. Good. That just leaves getting the Tycoon to Jupiter. Also, I think I'm not sure we need the gear anymore. Tycoon, your batteries are still charging. Just take your time, Tycoon. Take your time. We need more power as well, but we don't have any polymers. That's the thing. We don't have any polymers. We're kind of overloading a bit.
Request awaits your attention.
Okay, so because of that another power overload, it says, "Hey, install batteries, you idiot."
A sector is being overworked.
Also, yeah, we overloaded because this thing here was completed. But yeah, we're doing okay. Also, stability stuff. These monuments are only build 1 of each monument, but it gives +1 to the stability of these sectors, as far as I understand it. So that's something to be aware of. So look at this. We've got 244, 303 workers. We do need a bunch more workers in here, but we need to get things operational first. So we've got 12 polymers. What do we need to upgrade our power supply? 45 and 1. We need more polymers. Stat. We also need housing over here as well. There we go. My first internal trade network. Iron ore is being shunted from Sector 1 into Sector 2. This is also kind of why I had the stuff against this bulkhead, so it's a bit of a short distance from the stockpiles and the docking points to get from there into what will be my industrial hub. And it's also, pulling 100 out there also means we're getting a bit more space in Sector 1 as well, because we do kind of need it. So why are you guys angry? Massive homelessness. Okay. Well, we'll be fixing that pretty soon. Also, I'll tell you to be alloy, just to pull some more alloy out of these things more quickly. And off we go. We are moving towards Jupiter at last. But we're also having a few issues, I must admit. As in, watch our trust plummet. But yeah, I was waiting to get my battery up, realised it wasn't going up, so I tried to avoid doing much. Here's Jupiter. Wow, this ship is fast. Batteries are actually okay as well, so that's all pretty good. Well, hopefully this will be quick because, well, we've got too many people. We just don't have the power. We need power. But we can't get power without any polymers. And polymers, we can't afford it. So we need to get a polymer factory up. As soon as possible, really. Which is this one requires 1 silicon, 15 people, 80 resources. So we need that. That is just been putting down some insect farms to start trying to feed this area. But got to remember, we won't be able to power this thing either. So I got a bit of extra food, hopefully. Right now, I think I want to tell it to. Sector 2 needs to import alloy. So I'll tell Sector 1 to just export what it can. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that because Sector 1 has that. So I'll tell it to maintain at least 10 in stock for now. More important though, we are at Jupiter, so prepare Ixion for connection. We'll trigger removal of the Ixion engine to connect to the station. The older faulty engine will be removed. Just needs 3 cycles to do that.
A violent strike has started on board the Tycoon.
Oh, dang it. Here we go again.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Nothing major gone offline, but yeah, people are just very unhappy. So I kind of want to avoid all this, but because they're starving, that's the problem. Oh, the food stockpile's gone offline. Oh, that's potentially an issue. Just need to keep the food flowing.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, connect the Ixion to the Tycoon, construction panel in the exterior view. So that's all what we need to do out here. Of course, got to remember that our EVA airlock is currently down due to a strike.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Tycoon, have prepared Ixion for connection. Final attachment protocols will be initiated from the airlock. Thank you. And now, lastly, let's just disconnect this, take apart the equipment at Hephaestus.
Administrator, we have received a transmission from the Hephaestus PA, Olympia.
Olympia was in charge of Hephaestus. Okay.
Tycoon, Ixion is now in orbit and ready for installation. You are not designed to calculate your own vol coordinates. Ixion will only permit you to use previously generated coordinates or to follow the vol signatures of others that have crossed self-similar space. To make your existence worthwhile, you will need to find the coordinates of the exoplanet that Protagoras is looking for, Remus. Vanya was right about the echoes of the future. I bestow upon you this miracle, and with it, Release myself so that I may embrace the sleep that was stolen from me.
Okay. Slightly depressing that, but the AI basically was sleeping, then we woke it up, and now it is going back to sleep again now that its duty is done. So, thank you, Olympia. So, what are these events? Accident blew it up. Pledged to repair it. Already started repairing it, so that'll be fixed. That's fine. You. Cryopods in storage. There's so many cryopods in storage that I've pulled in that it's like people are just unhappy about it in general. But I will pledge to awaken those. That's fine. I don't want to right now because of lack of food, but I am working on that. And hopefully dismantling Hephaestus will give us some resources too. Anyway, right. Yeah, I can't do anything until that strike on the EVA airlock actually finishes. So...
Caution. Hull integrity below 50%.
Gee, I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because the airlock repair teams are on strike. Idiots. Oh, here we go. Oh, needs 30 polymers. Dang it, I can't do that until this thing rolls up. Oh, this thing is rolling. It doesn't have a local storage for that. Here you go. Every 5 carbon into 5 polymer per cycle.
A violent strike has started on board the Tycoon.
Oh, stop. Has died from lack of nutrition. Pledged to have... I can't do that because I don't have food.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Pledge to restore trust. Yes, I can do that. It's just this food issue that's an issue. Surprisingly enough. When people stop being really angry at me, I think I can do something about it. Also, in other news, I did actually research the last thing there, which is actually giving us a new tier. Something unknown, but colonized training center, fusion station, water treatment, fire station. Thank you, go away. Mushroom walls converts waste into food. Crop farms, more food. That would actually be really good. I have 60 science. I could do that straight away. Let's check our tech lab. Can we? Yeah, we can get some stuff in here. Okay. Increase research speed. Production to 3 science every 5 cycles. That is a massive boost. 3 science every 5 cycles. 30 cycles.
Trust in your leadership is falling.
I am aware. Okay, right. Let's start shunting some stuff around. Let's get polymers moving. And I'll also tell the EVA crew to, do that. And okay, we have just finished researching. Scrapping Hephaestus. So, 18 alloys, 2 processors, 18 food, 12 polymers. Decent haul. Decent haul. And right now our ships are just scurrying around gathering what they can. Thing is though, there's like nearly 1,000 iron waiting to be picked up and a bunch of stuff, so we don't really have the cargo space to keep harvesting everything we can. What? Wait, what? Oh wait, we can upgrade the thing because we've got actual polymer production going on now. Well, almost upgrade the thing. What's up overloaded? Those guys have, right. I'm actually going to scrap you.
Power restored.
And I'll also shunt your workforce across to Sector 2. because that's where the smelting plant now is. So there we go, that should help do something a little bit. As you can see though, these guys are now neutral because I managed to feed them. These guys are still angry because
Population transfer complete.
I've not been able to feed them. Just needs more food flat out. In fact, we just need more food flat out anyway because we're just not getting enough. And there we go. Our engine is being updated. The ring is getting even fancier. Oh no, that was just the old engine getting scrapped. Okay. Come on, new engine. Please come on, new engine. Okay, yeah, that's getting there. I'll also tell it to give us a panel upgrade as well while I'm at it. Here it comes. The Ixion engine. Looks like it's got more gribblies and doodads on it. Bit better structured, but... Da-da-da-da, there we go.
Request awaits your attention. Administrator, we are ready to follow the traces of the Protagoras through self-similar space using the frequencies recovered from Outer Hope's black box. Vol systems have been adapted for the new Ixion-class engine. The Tycoon is now fully equipped to pursue our main objective. Ensure humanity's survival by finding the habitable exoplanet named Remus.
We are now fitted out and ready. And we've also we've actually solved some of our issues, but not enough of our issues, really. What do you want? Just telling us the protocols are online. So we have jump coordinates to reach the last known location of the Protagoras. Acknowledged. All that's left to do in this system is... well, apparently it's a new tutorial. It's just telling us about system jumps. That's fine. We're all okay. Also, though that said, I am losing crew from starvation, which I don't want to be doing. What can I do to try and put off a strike in this area? I think maybe putting a monument in here will help. But again, this is like a bit of a temporary kind of thing. Slap it in, just try to act as a band-aid on the wound kind of deal. Probably have to do some rearrangement later. But +1 will help. I've also put in some more farms, as you can see, to help boost the food production up in this area. I could transfer 10 people out of here. Well, there's more, but they're hospitalized. Yeah. I just need more people before I start winding some stuff back up again. In fact, I think... yeah, let's do a bit of balancing act, see what I can harvest, and then we'll make our jump to get to the next area. Ah, here we go. Algorithms identify staying too long in the one system exacerbates dead space sickness. Collective trauma will not begin to heal until a crew can set foot on their new home. We cannot stay in a system that holds no hope for humanity. -1 permanent. Damn it, I was stable as well, really. I even managed to get that 50% thing, but nope. The crew are starting to get a bit uppity, so we kind of need to leave now. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what we'll be leaving behind. Shame about the carbon. Ace carbon. We actually burned through carbon pretty quick. We've not had any good deposits. Some deposits have, well, a whole load of metal we've mined, but we've not hauled. Same with ice. But we just haven't had the storage to actually stash all that. So, oh well, let's go ahead and activate the engine. Divert power, yep.
In accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Vol jump initiation.
So we begin for our jump. I was looking for Jupiter. There's Jupiter. So, we are good to go. And I've been trying to scrape together enough people to actually get the science lab back online. But the problem is it's a big factory. It needs 30 people to operate it. But the only way I could do that really is by having these things turned off. So, let's actually do that. Turn off you. Let's turn you on first. And then probe launcher is currently stocked and okay. Okay, you're good. Right, research. I'm going to upgrade the tech lab first because I want to get more science. Actually, what can I do with the science ships? More speed. Unique interactions. An anti-cryonic pods for survive certain emergencies during expedition. A science ship whose crew has been lost will be automatically returned to the Tycoon. Okay. And permits gas giant operations. Okay, but yeah, we'll get tech lab first because we want more science points first and foremost. So assistant promotion. Let's get that upgrade there. We shall finish after a few cycles wherever we end up.
Ixion engine ready.
Vol jump. Commence. Same, so what's going to happen this time? I said it before, I say it again. I do like that, the effect when it goes off, how it shifts things. Okay. Now we are entering our new home. I have no idea where this is. I have not seen this place. I have no idea. Okay, we jumped in close to something. So where are we?
Jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. Severe hull damage has been detected following self-similar traversal. Hypothesis: each vol jump causes irreversible damage to the Tycoon structure. Predictive modeling suggests that 4 more vol jumps are possible before the Tycoon breaks apart. New mission objective established. The Protagonist possesses coordinates of the habitable exoplanet Remus. We must find the Protagonist in order to reach our destination.
Okay, so where are we? Well, that doesn't look normal, does it? Okay, so tutorial space weather. Weather events are represented as wide marked areas displayed on a planetary system map. Tycoon and its fleet will not be affected as long as they stay out of these zones. When inside the dangerous areas, be aware that whilst the Tycoon will be able to sustain some damage, your fleet may not be so lucky. Okay, noted. Let's get started with this though. Gear.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, you're already there. Sensors have picked up some unusual readings on the surface of Falcon 74. Actually, I've just realised the timing. So yeah, that actually conveniently puts us at the end of an episode. Tycho's left solar system. The crew is convinced they will never again see the stars they saw them born. Necessary steps, and unfortunately, accentuate deadly sickness -1. Dang it. Really? So, we've traded that -1 for lingering for a -1 of leaving the Earth behind. So, we could have lingered there for a while longer to get some more resources. Ah, well. But as I said, I'm going to end it there though. So, this is Nine Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out me, helps out the channel, and gives me those virtual headbats I oh so crave. And I'll see you all later. I do not know what that is. Some kind of charged nebula. But this... Why does it look like this is emitting from the star? I do not know. So I should probably get some probes going as well, shouldn't I?
The crew's trust in your leadership is falling.
Oh no, not again.